Now I'm looking here at a rainbow chart. I'm using this for practically every analysis session. And I changed a little bit this indicator. I'm using an indicator that colors certain areas of the chart according to certain hours. Okay, so what I would like to do first is simply scroll from one day to the other. Okay, and we're going to look at these segments. I'm going to tell you what they represent, and let's see if we can establish a certain pattern. I don't usually use this session indicator like this. I use it in a slightly different way. I just adjusted for this session just to point out something. Okay. Now, let's see what we have today. Now, this would be right here, the European Open. Okay. London Open is 1 hour after this. Here, where the red starts, it's US Open. Okay. And here it's 2 hours after US Open until what I would say when the volatility dies out in the US session. Okay? And there is a certain pattern that I would like to point out and how price action behaves in each of these boxes and outside the box as well. Okay? So if you look in general at what price is doing when it's outside these colorful boxes, you will see that in general it's not price action that's conclusive to the trend or to the market direction at that time. As you can see right here, price has gone inside the rainbow, which is basically a larger an extension of the correction. And this would be what I call a typical price action. Okay, during the times when I do not trade. I'm actually sleeping at this time most of this time, but I don't like trading even if I'm awake. Okay, it's after the US volatility has dried out, and of course Asian session can be interesting sometimes. This is the no trade zone as far as I'm concerned, but I'm not really trading Asian session either, so for me it just go together. And you see that nothing is really happening during this window of time. Look at this. Perfect nothing here. Market going up and down, up and down. Even the rainbow suggests that the volatility is lower. Okay. Price is staying within a very narrow range. Look at this. Well, here, this is after the weekend gap. So we had that strong volatility on Friday, and then after this spike, we had nothing. Price action just died, and then we started this correction during the London session. But it started actually the week started very slow. Look at this. Of course, it's not valid for each and every day, but you can tell that there's certain inactivity in the market around these hours. Look at this. Okay, you can check this on your own chart. It starts with, let's see, this is actually 6 p.m. GMT, 6 p.m. GMT until 6 a.m. GMT. Okay, I think the point is made. I mean, we look at the chart and we see that basically price is not doing that much within this time period. So it's one thing to keep in mind, and it's indicating a certain time of the day when, in my opinion, there's not much incentive to trade. You're not going to have much volume, and the market is not usually doing something decisive, something, let's say, it doesn't change direction. It doesn't really give you a strong move like it happens, for instance, here after European Open or during this nicely active day. Look at this. Complete flat price action with absolutely nothing interesting. But look at what had happened right before during the European session. All right. So I would separate, I would distinguish within a trading day in terms of timing. Timing understood as the times of the day when we like to trade, when I like to trade, and when I do not like to trade. So this would be the first area, the no trade zone, which is late US and early Asian session. Now what comes next is European/London session, okay, until New York Open. Now, of course, it doesn't work all the time, but you will notice that there is a certain market dynamic within this very active session that somehow starts not exactly at the beginning of London session, okay, but somewhat maybe 1 hour after, say half an hour, 1 hour after London Open, which is roughly on my chart 11, all right, somewhere around here, and lasts until right before or right at New York Open, okay, and this would be the red zone on my chart. Now here's a big move. Let's see what else we have. Again, the market has been retracing, but then giving the biggest chunk of the price action towards the upside in the direction of the trend, okay, and something happens when the red area of the chart kicks in. Same here, just the direction is down. Something happens within the red area. This is a bit of a more of a choppier day, okay, not an easy day to trade, but something happens definitely within the red area. But here, for instance, price hasn't stopped, hasn't peaked right before New York Open, but earlier than that. Price sort of bottoms right before US Open. Price tops right at the beginning of the red area. Price stops right an hour before. Price stops for a while at least. Makes a correction right here at the beginning of US session. Very close to the peak here. Very close to the bottom here. And let's see what we have today. Well, there's still some good 3 hours before New York Open, so we might see some more downside based on that. All right.